la la.
Good afternoon, everyone. Captain Lane speaking, and wishing you a safe travels to your crypto destination. For those of you traveling with mice, please securely position your cursor over the light button below and right-click with your favorite finger. For those with touchscreen devices, we ask that you gently press the
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Oh crap, had the microphone on. Hello? Hello? Are you working? This one tells us fine.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2.
I just did that.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2.
I said I just did that.
If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Well, it's all right now because anything you do.
It's time for the ringing of the cowbell.
Some call him the Nostradamus of crypto. His jardins
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started.
entire galaxies. He once was engaged to Satoshi.
Oh, turn the lights on. Helps to have lights on. I like lights. Lights are cool. Oh, I guess we're over here.
And today,
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
How's it going, everybody? Surprise daily stream. We do that sometimes. I usually stream about 10:30 p.m. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time nightly is my usual thing, but I'll pop in during daytimes every once in a while. And just to go over, we were looking at these situations last night. Just to recap, 105.518. That was the target that I was looking for. 886 Fibonacci key level. Key level. Key level. As many flags to the upside. What I didn't do was draw flags to the upside with crazy targets up to somewhere else. And that's part of the reason. So what I didn't do was something crazy crazy idea like this or whatever, to have 112. Now, 112 is a target, but I get that by different means. It's not by anything that I see here on the charts. We talked about this situation being in a rising channel, and I've had it in there for quite a while there. That's made a nice little area of support for us. We had that one little spike up, I think, last night on the stream. I think she was kind of on the downside last night after our stream. Let's see, around midnight. Yeah, probably around here. It was hopeful to go up there, and there was also the chance, if it held that area, we would be looking for those higher areas about 112 if it were to break up here and hold it. It's very critical to do that. That also kind of threw in, it kind of puts us in an odd situation too. So if this is our top, if we are going to do a little correction from here, and we can, because that's what happens at these areas, right? And one of the 886 Fibonacci, right? That's what this purple line is. And I believe this is the same as our 786 right down here that we just lost. Those are two areas that we were looking for it to kind of, this is what we expect, to pivot and then do a correction. And it looks like it may be doing that, okay? The other action opportunity was to flag out up here, or keep this level. It doesn't have to be a flag or anything. It's just got to hold this level, and then we can start moving up. And then that would be going higher, making our higher high. Let's zoom out so you can say, what the hell is he talking about? You kind of got to zoom out and get on a chart that's not all as mucked up. You're not too mucked up. You're not too mucked up. Let me get rid of some of this stuff so we can see. I'll keep that there. All right, so this is our all-time high for Bitcoin, and we're so close. Now, we might just do a little correction and still go for it. So I'm not going to rule that out. But we're just going to take stock of what we got here. Actually, I think we're on the daily here on Bybit chart, actually. And this is spot. So I'm adjusting my lines down here, candle bodies to candle bodies, to get the angle. Now, what I do see here, and I talk about this a lot, is that if this is our initial trend line, we're breaking from that trend. We're deviating from that trend. We're getting away from it. So now we got a secondary trend line. These are the two main trend lines that I've got here. That's actually good. So I do think that we are shaping up for something nice like this to happen. But remember, just like back here, back a year ago, it takes it a little while to get started, and there's lots of doubt during this time, and it goes up, false starts, and of course we got false Monday. Like today is false Monday is what we usually call it. So we got to keep those ideas in mind. And we're at a good point, I believe, where we can start doing that. Let's start getting into the charts just a little bit more, see what Bitcoin's actually going to do. So 886, and what we got, let me kind of explain this for some people that may not have been following along. If you have, and awesome. If you haven't, Fibonacci high to low right here, 886, 786. This is normally the way price action works. A lot of people try to go short here, and that looked like that's what was happening. We were going to roll over here and be looking for a higher low, and then start stair-stepping our way up. We didn't do that. Said, screw you, I want to go up to the next level. Well, the next level right here, 786, the other area that commonly is rejected. Looking over to the left, you can see these areas over here, and we started getting into some rejection areas. It was support, resistance here, support there. And but we didn't get rejected there. We started hanging out by it and beneath it, and then breaking above it. It wasn't until we finally got over here to this 886, and we just tapped it and then got rejected there. So that to me, that's cool. I'm looking for a 3 hump and a dump correction kind of model. If that happens, I've got my eye on it. We got 3 little stages, 1 stage, 2 stages, this is our 3rd, and that might be the top of it. Maybe we're corrected. Maybe we just come down to this trend line and bounce up, or even this one. We got lots of little possibilities to play, but overall, we are still bullish. I wouldn't let this just scare us like, oh no, we're going down. So the situation that we're in, and I've been talking like this a lot on the stream, is, well, we had a couple of choices that we can make. We could either make a higher high, get above here. It was starting to look like she wanted to do it, and she may still do it. It's just looking a little bit less likely right now. Looks like number 2 is coming up. That was the scenario. We're looking for the higher low. I recommend everybody get ready for that higher low, wherever it may be, by taking profits at this point in the game. Whether it's right now or even if we do get a little bit more of a squeeze up, I need to be kind of focusing on accumulating some of that cash, in my personal opinion, dry powder, to get that next higher low. So that was one scenario. The other scenario is what we're doing right now, and that is, so we'll look to lose this area about 102. We'll lose that, then we know that we got a good chance to come back down here. Testing, now this yellow line I've got is a 618, and we can definitely come back and test it. But what we can do now that I have not been able to do before, which is kind of a game changer, or it can be. Let me come back to, this is, are you the trade? This is the actual one that I trade on the exchange that I use. This is, oh man, I hate to get the, I've got to measure move from the rising wedge that we kind of, okay, I can still, we can still work with this. Okay. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here. What I can do now, or feel more comfortable doing now. Were you, yeah, nice. I'm a big respecter of angles, and I got this angle, internal angle right here. I hadn't moved it over here yet, but that is acting as nice resistance. Here's another idea that we could play. We're in a big ass channel, come back down to the bottom of the channel, whatever angle it takes, and you know that could lead us back just to retest these areas over here, about 96, 97,000. That's what just a couple of trend lines potentially tell me. I'm going to leave you there. I kind of like you. I'm going to lighten you up, put you dotted so I know that you're an idea, not a solid thing yet, but that's the matching angle for that. I'm a big angle guy. Let me draw my little, I love the trend lines, man. Love the trend lines. So I'm going to put you over here too. So I know I got you there. Don't need this little guy. And now what we can do, swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. And so if we are in a bullish move, if we're in a bull market, and I think that we are, we're making higher highs and higher lows. Even though it was 75,000, kind of sucked, but hey man, it's a good opportunity to buy. We're looking for these two areas, most notably this one, 93.9. If I were going to pick one that we could bounce and still be a nice strong bounce, a good healthy area to come back and retest, a nice healthy area we can bounce from, it would be retesting right there. About 94 to 94,000, just right around 94. That is where my 382 Fibonacci is coming from. Now, if we do want to do a big boy flag pattern over here, because I'm sure maybe it does something like that, and somebody say a big old flag. If we hold this area, the 236, that's nice. That means that we can hit this area right over here at 125,000. Pretty neat target, I should say. I got to mark you over here. That's not doing it. There we go. So if we bounce from that, we can be looking at 2,500. This is legit. This is legit. So that puts this target on the radar. So I like that one. Paint you green. The other one that we may come down to, now if it has done this before, so we want to keep our eyes on this one too. When we get mega bullish, I believe this was one here. I was going to go back all the way back to last cycle, but I think we got one. Nope. This is here. I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. When we came up, we came back to the 382. We kind of similar to what we got right here a little bit. There's some similarities right there, right? Maybe not on this time frame. Oh, makes me want to take a fractal of that. Let me try that. I'm getting a little off here, but I want to take this fractal. Bars pattern. Let me drag you over here. Let's come down to, let me put it over here. Come down to the smaller time frame. Way smaller time frame, apparently. I believe I think I might have seen a fractal. They're fun to play. They don't always work out perfectly, but sometimes they come really, really gosh darn close. Are we getting you? Nah. Well, I thought I had something there. I thought I did. Some similarities, I guess, if you close your eyes and twist your mouth sideways just a wee little bit. She did follow that kind of idea. There's, I mean, maybe a little bit. Maybe we kind of like on this stage of it. Could we be coming down just a little bit and going? That's an idea. That would take us up to some of these levels we got. Huh, okay, just looking. I saw something, had to see it. 3 people hanging out with me. I got Board PC Guy. We got Soul. How's it going, people? Glad to have you here, just hanging out. All right, so we're just kind of figuring out Bitcoin. I'm going to take a look at some altcoins real quick. But just, our market's dumping, and we're trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. So back on track, we're going to label this area right here, this 236. What I was trying to get to and say, I thought I found one over there, or that was a... Let's go back to last cycle in these areas. A really, really strong move like this. You can get those 236 pullbacks. Did you get it here? Oh, well, you technically touched that one. We usually look for the 382. It's rare to get the pullback to a 236, so this wasn't one. You might have been. If you see a bounce from a 236 and then it breaks out, that is probably hella bullish to play. No, but you can see them in a really bullish run. It may just come back to that one. Like I said, it's rare, so we don't look for them. We look for the next one down. Is what I'm trying to emphasize here, and that would be that $96,000 area if we're taking that Fibonacci into account, or 93. So to me, that's where we could be coming back to. And we'll probably come back and test 98 first, right around 100,000 psychological resistance. So those are some concepts to be looking at. But first, we got a lot of stuff to do before we even do that, right? To actually flip kind of more on that corrective trend. We're just now starting it out, right? We got to break the 9 moving average on certain time for the daily. We're gonna have to break it to get down here. By the time it gets down there, we're probably retesting that 200 daily moving average. We haven't really had a solid retest of it after we've reclaimed it. So I can definitely see that idea coming here. Oh, look at you. You got a little target up here for me. We're going to have a hiccup at 109. I want to mark that little guy. I want to make a little note of you. I got to make you white, man. What did I just do? Oh, that was the right one. Put me a little dashed line right there. 109, that'd be right at where our top is, though. Right below. Is it above? Ooh, that's just right at our top there. Well, that makes sense that we'd have problems there. All right, so coming down to the 4 hours, probably looks a little bit more. Oh my gosh. 4 hour, we're looking at these ribbons now. We're looking at it for a while being bearish, and now they're starting to come around. So we're trying to work on flipping the bigger ribbons, and that's good. 200 coming up to approach the 800 for a bullish cross, and that's good. That's helpful. But we can still come down and talk to these guys. They're still hanging around down here even on the 4 hour, so they're up for discussion, meaning that we got a chance that we might break this trend line. So that's basically what we're doing. We're waiting to see if this trend line that we got will hold. It needs to hold. Put you on here on the 4 hour there, and that would be the retest of about the 98,000 at the bottom of the trend line. If that breaks, then we can look at 93. Technically, if that breaks, you could actually look for a lot lower. So we got that idea too. This might be that one we're looking for that higher low. Okay, that's the if I'm trying to get out, I'm trying to spit it out. If I'm trying to spit it out. My whole goal, I'm looking for the next higher low. If this is our local top, that's a good place to look for a bounce, but we come down deeper, we can. We got this area down here has not been retested. That's about 88,000. Personally, I would love that to come close to this area where the 200, 150 moving averages are on the daily. That kind of spells it out that it can happen. It's quite possible. It's on the radar. It just, you can't see it yet because we're just at the beginning of it. It's just like back here is like, oh man, but it's so bullish. It could be a flag. It's all this stuff. And then we get this. Not saying that that's definitely going to happen or even happen that long. I don't know. But correction. We need corrections. Number goes up. It's got to be healthy. And then we can continue going up to make higher highs. So this is an opportunity. We're looking for the next opportunity to start filling our bags. And this might be the first start of it. Hey, we got a Haven Peck. We got Avi Medina. I bleed on paper, but I can buy in spiders. Good to think of. You know, that reminds me, I got a paper trading account here on TradingView, and I haven't checked it in a while. Well, that's not it. Okay, well, maybe I don't. It's here, but, oh, here it is. Trading panel. Paper trading. I was wondering how that account's doing. Am I still dead on this? It was crazy. You get $100,000, paper trading account. It's paper. You can do it right on TradingView, free account or anything. I think. I'm still down $1 million on this XCN trade that I got in at 3 cents. You know, she's not at 3 cents. Yeah, that honestly, I didn't mean to do that much. They changed this, and now it's got some kind of margin added to it. It didn't used to have that. But this was a $100,000 paper account. Even though I'm down $1 million on that one trade, I'm still at 1.1 million with $1.4 million profit, mostly from Bitcoin. And the reason I like to bring this up is not like, look, we're talking. No, the reason I've got this, the reason I did this was actually to do an experiment to just really kind of prove to me, which is better, altcoins or Bitcoin. And you can see throughout the cycle, I've just kind of bought some Bitcoin on this account. That's been the winner. And you can see what kind of results we get from altcoin. What is this? Sin? Oh, now I'm almost at break even on Sinverse. Wow, that's been there for a while. And of course, buying this one way too excitedly, $1 million there at 3 cents. But Bitcoin has been the winner, and you can see the profits from Bitcoin. I mean, that's been it. So should I take? I want to take a little bit of profit from Bitcoin because I've not done it. Which one I'm going to? Oh, I bought 7 right there. Let's close that. I want to take some profit because I haven't really done that over here now. All right, need to take a little profit. All right, so now we gotta take a look and look at the market over here real quick. Now, SPX 500, Standard & Poor's, they're having a good day. They actually, we were wondering last night whether we were at this precipice. It's either going to break one way or the other. It was at that point. So today's been a good day for that. You would have thought it would have carried over to crypto, right? But yet we're dropping. Interesting, right? So crypto was pumping when this stuff was kind of and then now this is going, crypto's dropping a little bit. Wonder when somebody's selling out of one going to the other. She's above her level. She's made a new higher high. They're looking good on the regular market. They're feeling a lot more confident, especially since the China trade thing, I think, has kind of calmed some fears there. Here we are. This is total 3, and this is what we were talking about on the stream, man. It got rejected over here. Still looks healthy, but we're looking for a little bit of a pullback, and then it can probably catch here, retest this level. That's what happens with this particular pattern and idea. So we might be in buy the dip season, maybe. It all depends on what happens here. She's trying to come down a little bit more. There's a lot of sell pressure going on there. And Bitcoin dominance. Now, I've got this dotted trend line here that we're finding support on. We might bounce back up for a bearish retest and then come down and the party continue. It may feel something kind of like what we did back here. So it's like we make gains, give back gains. Oh, altcoins suck again. And then maybe they get better. That's the best we can hope for. Or we bounce up here and keep going higher, and that's going to suck. So technically you are at a profit taking area for your altcoins. Just letting you know that, okay? Because we talked about that. It's like, we don't want to be chasing these flags. We want to be selling on those flags for real. Flags are made for selling, in my personal opinion, not for chasing. All All right, guys, I got a few more minutes. I just want to do a market update for Bitcoin. I do think we got a good chance for a pullback. We're at the areas where it could happen. This is a place where it takes some balls to go short. Okay, like if you're short in Bitcoin, it's going to take some big cojones to hold on to that short to actually get the traction that you need, because it's hard to short the top. It's hard to have that conviction, and especially when price starts going back against you. Oh no, or stops you out or whatever. It's going to have big hard conviction. A lot of people, they'll get into a nice little short, come down a little bit, and there's all kinds of reasons. You add to your trade too early, it messes up your entry, or lots of things can happen. Lots of little decisions that you make can really impact your trades like that, and it makes it even harder to hold them down to the good levels. Well, I shorted all the way from here to there. Well, that would be great. You get 5% move out of Bitcoin down to 98,000. Put that on, I don't know, 10, 20x leverage, and you got 50 to 100% gains on whatever you put in, right? Not bad, but it's hard to do. Hard to do unless you can just leave that sucker alone. So we are at a place right now where we could get a retest for Bitcoin, and for altcoins, what that would mean, might be a little bullish. They'll probably get some kind of retest too, but we could come back up to around 103, 104, and then do a rollover, come over. That's one scenario that can happen there. That more than likely, that's probably what we're looking at happening. Something similar. May not make it all the way up there, but that's kind of what we're looking for. So there still might be a time to look for a short somewhere around 103.5, somewhere through there as we come up to that area. And then you might be able to get a nice little move out of Bitcoin there. Maybe I should put that idea out. I haven't done that in a while. Let's do that. This is a 1 hour. I think this is the short. Oh, nice. We got it. So coming back up to test that 50 moving average, maybe even that, or the 100 moving average, maybe in the 50, the 100 would be your best bet to actually get your entry in, I believe. Yeah, let's put you right there, 0.5. Tight ass stop loss. That's not bad. I might get a 1%. I got a point. Yeah. You can go tight. I want to give her some room. Probably want to put it above that 50 moving out. Probably want to put it back into the pattern, really. And let's see if there's an actual good trade here. And if we come down here to this area, let's say that we just come down to this one right here. Test that one. That's a nice target. What would that be? That would give us a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. That's good. That's decent. That's actually ideal. The idea is that you could basically lose 3 trades and getting one out of 4, and you're all right again. So there's an idea. Let's I'm gonna put this over in the group. So a stop loss. Let's see, can we make these nice? Maybe I can. There's a way to do this. Well, that's not it. I thought you could do text right in the middle of these lines. No, just the Fibonacci. And let's put our entry over here. Learn to spell. 7 people hanging out with me. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience as I'm doing this. I'm kind of just doing a little trade setup on Bitcoin. Don't normally do it, but I see a good short possibility here. 41 risk to reward ratio there. Come on, entry. Ah, that's not what I was looking for. Center it. And take profit right here. And take profit 1 right there. Let's get our little price labels over here so we can see. 99.5. There might be some short squeezes in the downside around that $100,000 psychological level. That would be something to look at. All right, so this is a 1 hour swing trade idea entry. And so the entry would be at 103. Wait for the comeback. So I'm looking for something like this. And then that. So let's copy this. We'll put this over to the Telegram group. Trade setup's perfect. I haven't put one on Bitcoin in a while. BTC. 1 hour. Swing short. 4-1. Risk reward. The idea is to wait for pull back to retest. What was our level? 103K area. Then target 95.5K area. What was our percentage gains here? From hither to thither for about 4%. Use responsibly. All right, so we got that out there. Let me come over to the chat here, see what you guys are chatting about. What's up? See Avi Medina out here. I see Brackett's Adventures hanging out. Avi says, I added bits of paper to Dino coins that haven't moved yet. It's probably you mean adding some to your positions that are down while they're down. That's the ones, if you topped up like the meme coins that got trashed, or some of the AI coins, whichever coins got trashed in this market, you know, they did their things and they went down, and maybe you've seen them make a lower low than what they ever did before, something like that. If you've added while they're down there, and they're coming back up and doing some stuff, even if you were down, you know, even if you bought over here, as long as you added down there, that helps your position get back in profit a lot quicker. And I like to mention this for some the newer people will be coming, and they don't really realize that as much or see the effect, but it can help a whole lot. But you got to have some balls and say, oh man, my $100 position's down to $750. Why do I want to add to that? Imagine if you just, you know, if that's true, you just add another $750, match that. Why is that a low? And the market's scared, and we're like, oh crap, I'm holding this back. You would see it. You would see the comeback a hell of a lot quicker. So those are ideas, but you got to have dry powder at that time, which a lot of us don't have. Takes a while to get your mindset ready so that you have that. It's hard to hold dry powder. It's still hard for me to hold dry powder because I just like to spend it as soon as I can get it. That's a bad habit. We're slowly working on that. but it's easy to, you take profits from one coin. It's easy to find one really quick to roll it over into, and that's a bad. That's another topic that I'm on, but that's a bad habit that I've had that I'm really trying to work on, because other things are probably at their tops or best places too. They're probably not the best place to get in. So you take profit from one place, and if you immediately say, well, here's another one, man. Oh, look, it's in a flag to the upside. Yay, let's go with that one. Oh, go hard. Your profit and the whole market comes down again or something. You just gave away your gains. Where if you just sit there and just wait until the market comes down, that's where the whole mindset and psychology and all that stuff comes in. The bigger strategy to control those bad habits and things like that, and hold that money to the side. Then you have it sitting there waiting for you. It's hard to do, though. I guess it depends on your personality. It's probably easy for some people, but I've found that to be a challenge myself in my journey. We're just talking about everything here. I'm going everywhere. It says God is good. God is good all the time. Always gives us second chances all the time. That's one great thing about God. He'll always give you a second chance. Another great thing about him is that he'll take you and you think that you've screwed up everything and you're just, oh man, a worthless piece of shit, not worth anything. You're his favorite. He loves to take people that are broken and have everything going against them and making them something beautiful and powerful. He's really good at that. I'd say that's one of his specialties. Give you a new meaning, a new lease on life, a new direction. I have dry powder because I listened to Turkey and took profits. Oh, awesome. Oh, if the turkey could only listen and take his own advice sometimes. Where's my hand clappy? Oh, yeah, they don't work over here. Let me give you some hand clappies, are they? Putting the good stuff in the practice there. So this has been nice. This has been really nice for altcoins. I'm just going to pull up total 3 so we can get a feel for what the market's doing. Let's go to the daily back over here. It's been nice because all this down right after all this down from last year. I mean, that killed altcoins. Just decimated them. And if you were trying to play a long game, either on spot or like me, I was using spot margin, very low margin. But I'm not going to do that crap again. It's good when the trend is your friend. Like now, the spot margin is awesome. Like I'm seeing bags grow, bags build, but I was getting the opposite effect over here. I'm like, man, my bags they're shrinking. They're getting smaller. Oh my God, they're smaller than when I started. Why the? And you got fees, you got the shrinking value of the bags, and you seen those little balls, those little plastic things? I see them in gift shops sometimes, like this little circle thing, and you bring it, it's like a physics thing or something, right? It expands like really big, and then you can contract it really, really small. Yeah, that is what altcoin bags will do on a downtrend, or on their trends on the spot margin, even 3 to 5x, right? And like, oh, wow, man, it's awesome. Look at these numbers, Helen. Oh, why didn't you? And I'm finding when the number goes up, you can't just sell a little bit, and that's what I did. You gotta sell half or more of that son of a gun. You gotta lock it in when they get big, because then when they come down. Ooh, man, those big ass positions I had. Look, I got 10,000 of this coin. Whoa! Oh my God, what happened? It starts shrinking down with the value and stuff. It's weird. But now I'm in a position, if the trend continues, and I have no reason to think that it won't. We've got we made a higher high right here. Did we get above this one? We even got above that one. So total 3 has done what it needs to confirm a trend change. We just got to look for a higher low. And then we will expect that to continue. So, oh, look, we nailed it. I didn't know that. Total 3. It didn't show up on my other chart. The 618, that's where we got rejected at, right there. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Sometimes I have to, perhaps we should wait. No, I'm doing it. Screw it. We're taking it. I'm taking it. Any chance I get to get a nailed it out of this thing, I'm going to do it. And this is just your simple fib pulls. It's your simple fib pulls. Just the basic simple fib pulls. That's that's it. Nothing, secretive fancier. They just price respects the Fibonacci. I have not found a better tool, more interesting tool. Since I started picking up Fibonacci and wrapping my mind around it, it has just opened up a whole new world on the charts where I can actually, it feels like you're almost predicting. Almost like you're trying. It feels like that. It's not what's happening. It's not what is happening. Don't get it twisted. You never want to come into this market and say, I know exactly where Bitcoin's going to go, or I can predict it. Well, if it does this, it's going to do this. No. We can guess and speculate. But as soon as your ass gets cocky, you're going to lose it. You're going to, not it, I mean your ass. You get cocky, you lose your ass, you make dumb decisions. That's how this game works. And I see that on some crypto YouTubers sometimes. They get cocky, they start getting bold, they start doing something, crazy measure move, going, and then all this crazy talk, and, all bold. And if you want to know something, you see that. I like to point that out. I'm not trying to be mean to them, so I'm not mentioning names anymore, but that's part of the psychology. And you can see it on there. So you can other traders are kind of looking at him saying, I don't know how legit you are. I mean, you're legit. You're doing stuff. I'm not saying you're a faker. Just coming on here and saying, here's a squirrel pattern. We're going to 100,000. Send me money. They're not doing that. It's just that they're not really seeing the big picture. Maybe their experience is not what they said it is. I don't know. Anyway. Nice little area to actually be a really place to look for to sell, because that's what we're saying, man. We're coming up to resistance, and when you watch my night streams, I'm telling you, you need to be paying yourself to have something, take profits. We're not chasing, we're not trying to buy right now. When we're going up and we got flags to the upside, we need to be selling them flags. That's a great way to look at it, because that's what the market makers are doing. You think you're buying from. But anyway, we made a higher high here, so if we come down for a higher low where that might be, remember I am a pattern trader, was a pattern trader, is a pattern trader, whatever. That's how I started. I just got some more advanced techniques to add on to those pattern traders and make pattern trading even more fun, or even more understandable or accurate. So inverted head and shoulders is what we got going on. That's about a 64% chance. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Best I remember, 65% chance. Thomas Bukowski. It's about the same probability as it has to break out of this pattern for it to come back and retest. And I'll keep driving that home. There's some other signs here say, yep, that could happen. We don't have to come back and touch it exactly, but that means basically about I don't know, $70 billion coming out of the altcoin markets, likely. It could be a slow burn. It doesn't have to be fast. Maybe we hang out here, do something, and then come. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to do in the middle. I just know that it's got a good chance of coming back down here. We got a lot of moving averages for it to come and talk to, so we can be getting a pullback, and we want to think about these things ahead of time so that we can take advantage of them. If that's going to happen, and it's not ready to happen today, I mean, it might be getting a start. Definitely looks like it's getting a start. We didn't nail it on this one. You didn't actually touch it? Shh, don't tell nobody. You suck. It looked like you touched it on the daily. Do I have to go take that off? Did you not do it on the daily? Look, you did it on the daily. Look, you did it on. Well, that's disappointing to see that. Anyway. You didn't quite touch it. Was I off on my line? Anyway, so let me get rid of these squiggles here. So altcoins, we're on the 15-minute. Oh my gosh, that's a DJ. Let's go to the 1 hour. How's the 1 hour? Basically, it looks pretty strong. You got this idea too now. So I'm looking for, in the bigger picture of things, for it to come down here. It may not be happening yet. We have to see. It looks like she could come down here. It could. We got a trend line. We're in a channel. We could bounce off of it. Sometimes what happens, we come back in the channel. We look at the channel. That could be our stronger move down there to get it. So right now, we need a total 3 on the smaller time frames. 1 hour. We catch here. We might actually come up and tap that line that looked like it was tapped on the daily, or maybe break it. That could be bullish. There is a measure move from this, so I'm not trying to be totally bear. So if that happens, if we get a bounce here, that means, hey man, we can probably add a little bit back to our bags and watch her go up a little bit. That's what that means. That's what I look for. But if she starts coming back in here, we don't want to be buying, because then they're going to go down. We want to be buying down here, right? So that's how I like to use these trend lines in these areas. And let's break this down again. It's the 786 that we're retesting. It's a previous level that should have been resistance, and it was briefly. Picking up support. Now we're testing it again on this time frame. There's also a moving average there, and our moving averages overall look strong. So there is that possibility. I'm just going to write in here. I should start doing this more often. If bounce, then we happy. That's the easiest way I can say it. If we bounce, we're happy. Otherwise, I buy here. I'm just going to say me instead of we, because I don't know what you're going to do, and I don't need to tell you what to do. I just tell you what I do, or what I'm looking at. I don't ever recommend that somebody do anything. Who took this trade with me? I'm more of like, hey man, who charted this with me? And I would be more like that. I don't expect anybody to take any trade. That's kind of risque. If we bounce here, we're happy. Otherwise, I buy here. I think that's. I want to post this one over. Total 3. This is 1 hour. Total 3. Bullish if we bounce here. But I think it's better. Bullish to bounce here to add to bags. Otherwise, buying the dip. All right, so I'll put that idea out there. Possible M top, people can interpret that way. That is a higher high though, and technically a higher low. She could bounce here. I'm just saying, she's still on her upper trend, hasn't given it up. She has lost her initial trend, right? So I look at that. So that broke that, and then we rode underneath it and still bounced down. We can look at that idea. We don't really have a solid angle there to go with just quite yet. She's still maturing. She's still trying to figure out life, man. Let me come over to the chat here. I took some profits, now waiting to put more in the bag. There we go, clear marshmallow. Road dog, I've learned. I've learned so much from you, sir, and you alone. Hand clap for the teacher because I passed my test this round. Hand clap for you. I just like knowing that somebody gets something out of what I'm sharing, and that there's value in it. That means a lot to me. Because there's a lot of people out there showing a lot of different ways, a lot of different systems, and there's a lot of different ways to look at it. And some of the most popular ones are doing some things that are kind of, not helpful to somebody that's seriously trying to get in this and learn something. So I remember being that person that, like, coming into crypto, and even when I was in it for years, I never wanted to put more than $500 at a time, because to me at that time working, $500 was a lot. But I kept finding myself doing that and feeding this market and it never going anywhere. And there are trading groups and courses and all kinds of stuff out there, and a lot of them just teach you the very basics, basic strategy, and everybody kind of has that. It's available in Investopedia. And then of course you the trading groups and things like that, and they'll have a little system or something. But what I see are some very basic concepts like flags to the upside all the time. Put it in a flag. Oh, let me get. Oh, wait. Let me get. You're going to put it in a flag. Oh, wait. I bet I can guess what you're going to do. If I can guess what you're going to do, what do you think a market maker is going to do? What do you think the more serious traders out there? If it's so simple, flags to the upside all the time. I don't. There are some ideas out there that will get new people wrecked, is what I'm trying to say. You put I came into this market, what I said, putting 500 in here, and, losing, putting another 500 in. I didn't come in here and say, I'm going to take $10,000. I want to take $50,000 and be a crypto trader. Hell no. I want to, with your feet, right? Tip your toes in, see how it goes. But if you get, it's hard to do that with a small amount anyway. And if you're following the wrong people, you're going to sit there. What I'm trying to say, if you don't get good foundations, I recommend the traditional stuff, the old farts from Wall Street, support, resistance, all that boring stuff nobody wants to talk about and learn about. That's important. It's not all the fancy indicators, or anything like that, but it's about the price action and how it's working and everything, right? And full tools to your trade. I've seen a lot of people get into these groups and these classes. They'll learn something, but it's not giving them all. It's giving them a little taste of something that might work in certain situations, and then there they are. And they spin their wheels in this group wondering, why is this not working for me? Why is everybody else around me posting all these gains, and why am I not? Why am I the one going down? And then they get, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to put some good information out there, some helpful things that work for me, that do actually work, and try to avoid all the stuff that I did, because I tried it all. I've done the flags to the upside. I've been on that, and they, eventually you get tired of losing. Buying breakouts, you get tired of getting stopped out all the time. That was the big thing when I was in a trading group, is always buy the breakout of this falling wedge. It was usually falling wedges back then. Or a flag, buy the breakout, or if it gets above this area, jump in because it's in price discovery, or and all this, and then eventually you find the money that you put into this market, and the money that you could have, you're spending a lot of money on these things. The courses used to be about $5,000 I remember seeing one $10,000. Trading groups are usually charging you about $1,300 to $1,500 a year. You can use that money on the charts and get a better education, I believe. Just my thoughts. Let me change the music over. I got on a tangent. This didn't make any damn sense. I couldn't articulate what I'm trying to say. But thank you very much. I appreciate you, Glittery Marshmallow, for your kind words, and just that you got something out of what I'm showing you. I have found that trend lines, just the trend lines, so important. You can get so much from a trend line than what's being taught out there. I think you can get angles. You can get, there's so much information that you can, so much data you can pull from these things, and just little techniques. So trend lines, support, of course, horizontal support resistance. I use Fibonacci to nail that. Okay, that's my little thing. So that's one difference. Fibonacci's awesome. Fibonacci is like the. If I didn't have that little trick, I'd be sitting here just like, I don't know, where's it going to go? Oh my God. Fibonacci nails anything that I do here that nails a price. Is most likely Fibonacci. Secondary, it might be a measure move. They don't do it as much though. They're cool. Don't get me wrong. They'll get you in the area. Measure moves are cool. Fibonacci has a way of just boom, of just getting it. Sometimes just to the, I almost say to the dollar. It looks that way on the chart. Sometimes just right up to that little, right to the pivot. And sometimes, there might be a little gap there. And that's not necessarily Fibonacci's fault. That could be user's fault, right? It could be I didn't, get my fib just right, centered, or maybe I could have pulled from a better one to be more accurate. Little things like that. User error rather than Fibonacci error is what I found. But Fibonacci is freaking badass, man. And I've developed a good strategy that works well. And then you got to remember that, analysis, what you're seeing me do here on the charts, this is a total different animal from trading. This is excellent to have the skill for trading, but when you come to doing the actual trades, that's a different animal. And you got to work on that side too. You need to put them both together. There's like 3 pillars. You got your technical analysis, and then you got your trading side, which I guess it has its own 3 pillars. You got your risk management. You got the psychology behind it. Well, then I guess you can put your TA as that 3rd. Am I missing one? Anyway, your risk management is definitely big. You come into this market and you look at trading and you're like, I'm just going to make money. Number go up. Yeah, let's build this account. And then you find out, oh man, there's psychology to it. I mean, I got to draw lines and psychology. Wait a minute, I got to use indicators and psychology. Whoa. Risk management. What the hell? Come on, stop making this complicated. We just want to make money. Just tell me when to buy, when to sell. Let's do it. Yeah, it's copy trade. Risk management is extremely important. Whether you're gaining or losing. And man, that one takes some time to get a hold of and wrap your mind around. But these are all the things that we got to constantly working on. And no matter how good of a call or that you put out or see on here, it takes an execution to make it happen and a conviction to make that play. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting off on rants over here or sidetrack. Talk that talk, road dog. Amen. Purr. I get lost. I mean it. You, me, trend lines, and fibs are going to move my retirement age sooner. I believe they can. The TA, this is what's so beautiful about TA. No matter what your trading style is, and you got to find that out for your own. And you may have different styles. You may, I mix them all up. I can scalp when I want to scalp. I don't like to scalp because it takes too much freaking time to day trade and be here just right in there on the little time frame. It'll if you're trying to spend more time with your family, you're probably not going to do it if you're a scalper, unless you just like have your little window. Some people do this. I've got my window from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. to trade, which is a good one. Good one. I'm asleep during then usually because I stay up all night. Some people just trade during window. Everybody's got a different approach. Some people are just constantly in trades all the time. But the TA learning the little tricks, no matter what your strategy is, the little ideas that I teach you to find pivot points and things like that, you can build it to whatever strategy you got. Whether you're a day trader, a swing trader, or a DCA, or even if you just want a DCA and like, I don't really care about trading, but at least you know the good areas to buy, right? The pivot points to look for, maybe put limit orders in, something like that. Swing trade. But I'm very, very pleased that you're getting something out of what I'm teaching. That makes me feel like, yeah. That makes me feel like I'm accomplishing the goal that we set out to do. Is just try to teach some better information out there. There's just too many people selling information out there that's, it's very limited. It's not there. They just get a trading group. I've found is more just a community. They get started on Telegram or Discord. They build up slowly over time, and then what the owner does is just sell the value of that group. Now you got a group of people that are together. That probably pretty group. Now we're going to charge for it. Now you got to pay $100 to be there. But really what's happening is those people that are doing the group, they're doing all the work. Hey man, I heard one just the other day say, I'm not going to hold your hand. And I'm like, well, then what are you doing exactly in your group? No, I'm going to just come in there, got all kinds of people, ask them a question, they'll answer. So you let everybody else do the work for you, push charts out there for you, you'll put some out, and then you're going to get paid for it really handsomely. I mean, think about that. 2,000 people giving you $100 a month. Oh, son, after a few years of that, you can't hide that and say that you traded your way all of that money. You gotta admit, hey man, this money came from all you guys. We'll just add more money to our account, make it look bigger, because we ain't trading it up there. I can't show you a trade that got me to $80,000 account. Can't show you that, but it's there, so I must be good. I don't know. I'm getting on my rants. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to stay more positive and just focus on here, but I just see so much stuff out here that just doesn't resonate with me well. All right, well, let's take a look at some altcoins over here because they're probably pulling back. Meme coins were the ones that really started taking it off. Here for the weekly, man, look at all this. Still good. There's still some gains to be taken if you haven't taken any. And there are still some lower prices to buy back into if you haven't bought in there. Toshi, are you up to? No, you're not up today. You're still hanging in there, Toshi. Some of these are not getting pulled back as bad. Let's go to others because this is basically all the altcoins minus the top 10. Oh, you lost a level right there, didn't you? Let's zoom out and just double check that. Did you? Oh, okay. So what I'm looking at here is this trend line here for this opening, broadening pattern, wedge, or channel, however you want to look at it. And we did really good to try to break out bullish AF if we were to break out and hold this. But here on the 4 hour, 800, the 600 moving average, and the 300 are three bigger moving averages. They're still bearishly flipped. They have not flipped positive. And as long as I got a 300 down here and an 800 up here, I know that I can come back and talk to the 300. It's probably a good signal that because the 200 is down here too. Now the 200 just bullish across it, so we got some good momentum going, but it just means, hey man, we might come back to the bottom of this pattern, which usually happens if we break back into it. So I'm going to take this line and go from, I'm actually going to put it over here. We'll keep it as a channel. It can be an open and broadening pattern if we include this new information, which was a bear trap from the original line, which leads to really nice moves to the upside, right? We come back in, we're going to be looking at, where you at? First idea is to retest the original bottom of our trend line or of our channel, which would be about 250 million. And now we got to take into account this little guy over here, wherever this might be at the bottom of this trend line, because well, we came lower. We kind of we're changing things a little bit. So if that's true, and it definitely can be, we roll over here, and we're starting to show the first warning signs. So as it stands right now, I would look for a slow or fast burn. I don't know. It looks like it could be. I don't know how she's going to play out, fast or slow. But we could be coming a 30%, 20% drop on some of these altcoins. So if you're not getting paid or taking advantage of it, it's a good chance. And if you're, let's look at it this way. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's say she says she decides, screw it, I'm just going to bounce here and go up. Well, okay. Well, if we get a bounce and we start showing bullishly again, you can get back in with the, you're safeguarding yourself. You're safeguarding yourself. Taking a little profit. I'm just saying. Let's come over here. I want to look at some indicators here on the daily for this one. Ooh. So tired, a little tired. Money flows in the green though, so we may not be that tired. Meaning we come down and we can, buy the dip. Is kind of how I'm reading that actually. Let's look at the 4 hour. This is where we're coming down right now. So here's the 4 hour. MACD's already crossed. Let's see what happened last time she crossed like that on the 4 hour. First time you crossed over here on the 4 hour, you went red. Let's see what happened. Well, we did this little zigzag. Up, down, down, up, down, up. Kind of like playing guitar. And then we did this one where we just kept on going down with altcoins. And now here we are again with another flip over. I would highly recommend that taking this 4 hour MACD information into account, that you front run the drop, because it looks like it might have a good chance of happening here with some bearish divergence playing out there. If you haven't got paid, they're still high enough on these altcoins you can still get paid to buy cheaper. Pay yourself. So I'm saying, Popcat, look at you at 55 cents, down from 63. All right, guys, let me come over to chat. How long have we been going? An hour? Dog, do you mess with spider lines? The OG ones that Crypto Face made a video about. I don't. I agree with the concept because that's what all my trend lines are. They all act like that. That's how a trend line is. They go forever, just like those spider lines. I think that's the most important thing that you can take away from the spider lines is that those support things go forever, and price will have an interaction. That's one of the coolest ways that you can show that. And it's just, yeah, I don't use them. I'm not against them. They are effective. But I get that same the way that I do trend lines. Kind of follows that same thing too. We're using those same ideas in a different way. But yeah. It all depends on somebody wants to actually draw out the lines and all that stuff and leave them on the chart. That's cool. Right? The technique, yeah. It's the same as trendline theory. 2 touches and you got something going on there, right? And there's certain places you can do them from, but it just basically peaks. But it is a fun idea just to see how price really does respect trend lines and pivots and things like that. I don't think we caught anything on the ones that I drew, but you kind of see how that could we. But if you did like that, look, that would be a spider line there, and also a trend line for support and resistance. I like them. I got nothing against them. I thought it was a really cool thing. First time I ever saw him, I thought he had some kind of special ass indicator, okay? But no, it's just lines. Crypto, here in the 3-day. 3-day still got momentum going. We can buy the dip territory, I believe. We can buy the dip territory. And we should be coming down a little bit here. Might have a good little dip to buy wherever we can find it. Hey man, to that on super high time frames, I use an array on important trend lines. It's impressive what they show you. It is. So what they show you later, it is. Ray, an important trend line. The 1%ers with the cowbells. Little cowbell. All right, well, I'm going to take a look at a few little altcoins here. I didn't see any requests in there. We'll do this for the next few minutes here. If you guys got anything, I did put my little marker out, didn't I? I thought I did. If I missed it, if you can put it back under the marker, I will see it. Take a look at Whiff. Oh, good. We already got this one charted. Cool. Good. I don't have to draw anything. Did we hit a target? Oh, looky there. We came up to our 0.5. Didn't quite get up there. She's still holding this trend line. Let's make that sucker big and fat. Good chance that Whiff will come back and retest this trend line, so you might be seeing 104 from that. Let me check a few levels here. You think? This is just, yeah, about 102 is what I'm getting on the actual 618 Fibonacci coming in at the moment trend line. This is on the 2 hour. Everything's good as long as that trend line holds. Good chance to come back. Yeah, it's a 618 Fibonacci. It's also just a little bit above this area here. You might even come down to it and retest the top of it. It can happen. Wick down there, something like that. 21 moving averages down here too. Nice place to bounce from. 102 looks good for Whip to me. I'm still looking for that 150 target. Got 136, and this is a good one there. So dog with hat, which was down like 30 cents, I think, and nobody, the meme coins, everybody got so sick of them, especially after Trump's meme coin, they all started dumping and everything, and just the whole idea, they were just so overvalued. Took a big hit, but now they're coming back in, right? There was an excellent chance to just buy these suckers when they were down here. If this one goes back to $3 or $4, man, you did it. Old meme coins, go figure. Broke out of this. This one this is a lot like what we were looking at on the Total 3 or something, right? She is she's got a good chance to bounce on the top of it. I would get an idea. Where might you go? Okay, right up in these areas, 136, somewhere through there. Okay. So measure move for the width of the channel. It should get us up somewhere in this area. We're at 111 right now. Same idea holds. If this does not hold, we come back in the channel, then we got to start looking at some of these lower areas. But this little one looks kind of promising that maybe 102 might hold there. Let's come over here and see what's popping up. Oh, KSM's doing. Wow. Really? Daddy gotta go take some profits real quick. Sorry, excuse me a second. Make sure I had some profits taken on that little guy. KSM, where you at? There you are, KSM. Wow. Okay. Yes, you did. Can I borrow any? It doesn't let me borrow any, so I can't short you unless I sell you. I'm gonna have to take some profits on KSM. Yay! Score! Why won't you let me borrow any? I can't short you if you can't let me have it. Little bastard. Oh, that's interesting. Rune is man. That's gonna start looking interesting. This is one they had some kind of little. It wasn't really was it an exploit? It was kind of, yeah. They some money kind of went missing there, and the protocol could make it up and take it. They were doing something. They got away from their vision. Now they're back on their vision. Now the protocol to work the way it always has worked, but they were trying something new and something went wrong, and that made people lose a lot of trust and everything in it. But the protocol is good. It's a cross chain type deal for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all this stuff. It's a good way. It's a good project. I like it. Let me get more eyeballs. Oh, eyeballs off of there. So she came back. Oh, you actually got my green box at 120, and then she's at 192 there. So imagine being in, taking a buy, a little nibble of this. You put your $100 in down there at 120, and she comes all the way up for 72% gains, and your $100 turns into 170. That's on the spot. It'd be about 157 right now. Nice one. This is cool. So again, with this trend line and this particular pattern, opening, broadening pattern, opening, broadening wedge, we can extend it on out now if we want to get the full extent of it. When you come to a chart, you got to look and see what's happening, what has happened. And a lot of times I'll find the bottoms, and I'll track the trend line it was on, see what happened. Bear trap, boom, shot to the upside. That's why it's good to keep those ideas in mind. As it plays out, you incorporate the new ideas. So as you came down here, you can say, oh, that's our trend line. That's what we're doing. Either way, both of these lines, they do hold weight there. But anyway, we broke out of the pattern. The idea is, as long as we stay out, we could retest it. As long as we stay out of the pattern, it's bullish. This is mega bullish for gains, as long as we don't break back into the pattern. So as long as we don't get below 180, somewhere through there right now, if we do, then we could come crashing back down to 130. Just like we had a nice strong move up, we could have a nice strong move all the way back down if we break the trend line here. So we don't want to do that. So imperative, so stop losses below this would be a good idea. Stop loss is about 175, 180, somewhere through there. If you're playing this, I should probably do that myself. But it does look like, and I would say there's a good chance, just the way our fibs work. This is our 236 area too. So maybe stops below that. She could come back and tap that little area. I wouldn't like it if she did, but we're starting to stair step our way up. So the next area we're looking for is 220 and then 256 and even up here to $3. That's pretty cool. So imagine if you bought the bottom of this area over here and you're able to hold it to say $3. That's just spot. Now if you had a little leverage 3x behind it, you could be looking at like, almost 400 or 500% gains. Not recommending that you do leverage, but if you do, I mean, spot is a really good way to go for longer term holds. I'm just saying, you can't beat spot, and you got it. And I would use spot on really good projects, things like your meme coins or something. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on that. I use they're definitely fun to do on perps with leverage. And they're fun to do spot too if you get them at the bottoms. Get them cheap. Get them really cheap. So many ways to play this market. So many ways to play this market. Soul is pointing up to spaceship. Michael Moore says DIA. Let's take a look at that. I haven't looked at this one in a while. Binance had it back in the day. They probably had the best chart. That's interesting. I saw the green dot here. She's starting to give it back now. What's going on? Oh, I've looked at it before, huh? Okay. We're following that trend. Lost that main trend line there. That looked cool. The ribbon flip started looking cool. Was it a butt? It looked like we got a butt crack. You hear me talk about butt cracks a lot, right? And I think they're little harmonic moves that happen during a rounded bottom. Is the best way that I can describe them. Basically, you got a big ass kind of rounded bottom, or sometimes you'll see a little one and then another one happen. You get the butt crack in between. And this one could be higher, could be lower, could be the same. I don't know. These seem to be harmonic patterns, like Scott Carney uses. Best I can tell, most of the butt cracks are a harmonic pattern. Chucky, I'm just going to erase these target guys here. Let me see if we got us. Okay, so the reason I bring that up, the harmonic pattern, they do something that's called a type 2 return, right? They usually come back to where they start or right around there. They'll get their low end, they'll do a little something, and then they come back to it. So you might be seeing these areas around 33, 34 cents again as a retest. I'm just throwing that out there so you know. What is the pattern? Let me see if I can. Yes. Yes, I believe I got one, but I couldn't tell you which. It's at the. Hell if I know. This is not my forte, but the fibs, I definitely respect what the fibs are doing. From the way that I use fibs. So were it me, I would I want to suggest you look about 35 cents. Maybe even 35 should do it. But maybe even as low as 31. I would look for these two areas just in case it does, you know, we're doing this again, right? And we come back down to these areas for our little, a double bottom, another little double bottom kind of idea. So I would keep that in mind. Doesn't have to happen. Now, if I look at the moving averages and read what they're trying to do, can we get there? Little cross thing. There we are. So reiterate for what we got going on over here with what I call a butt crack. You can come back for another retest of this lower 31 to 35 cent area. Fibonacci's or the moving averages are telling me to pay attention to 40, around the 41 area. Now that's a 618 Fibonacci, and then that's common to come back and bounce off of there too. It may do that instead of coming all the way down here, or at least do that short term before coming down here. But I think you got a good time to. This would be a great one just to DCA in, or just put some limit order ins and build your bag, in my personal opinion. This pattern should take us all the way back up here to the top of the butt crack at some point. You'll be looking at targets here at 101 and 134 just for this idea alone. And from where we are now up there, it's 105 to 161% gains. My targets are bigger. I want to go from, oh, I don't want to go from, maybe I don't. Where was this? That was November? Huh. What? Okay. Since that was so, well, no, let's do it anyway. I want to get that. This was the high last cycle when she got up to $5. I remember this one from last cycle. I played this one last cycle. Seems like she hung around $2 for a long time. Yeah, she did, didn't she? All right, so this one, let me draw a big ass. That's all I was wanting to do from that. And make sure we got it from this one. Oh, that's right where we're at here in the. Part of me just wants to clear out my chart because he's starting to look so kind of 236 right here. Let me get some. Oh, what was that? I just want to get some of these things on my screen. I'll leave the lines there. I just want to. Let me get. Did we just put these out? Yeah, I think so. All right, so short term, what I see happening is that we're trying to get out of our little discount area. The way I interpret this is that anywhere below 53 cents is a good place to get this one and accumulate. And so when we come back down here, I think so too. Or if we come back down here. And I think it's got a good chance to visit some of these areas. But from there, 93 cents is a good short-term target. 111. And then, of course, it's this 118 area. So if we got back to the 618 area, about 42 cents, went to 94, that's 116% gains. 162 to there, to the 111. Not bad, not bad. Let me just do this one idea. It's 121% just to get in down here. Could be seeing 35. I'm trading sad instead of holding tight. Day nights, cash, I roll the dice. Oh, did I do something there? Okay, we're good. So DIA, this is it on the daily. If we go to the 4 hour just to kind of see what she's doing over here, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Is she trying to do something now? So some people also put in the flag. Here's the probably the biggest secret I can give you for a nice flag. If you got a trend line and it makes a flag with, you know, without breaking it, it's probably going to bounce. So I would just be looking, my play is on ideas like this, buying when it's close to that trend line. And it looks like it might get a bounce here. So I'm going to go back to, I hope it does. I hope it does. I want to put this out, I'm just going to put it on the daily. And I'll take this and put it over, copy this image as a DIA, 1 day, swing trade idea. So if we do bounce up, those targets are still good. I'm just thinking if we break that trend line, then I would be looking for those other targets that I got here. 4 hours suggested she might try to respect it and keep going up, so. Get paid, baby, get paid. Quite possible. Oh man. Ah. Gotta do it all over again. All right. So we got to put that stuff over there. BitMart says, Road Dog, you're the best. I'll see you tonight. Thank you for your time and effort. Thank you for your time and effort for hanging out with us. Chemical Black. Was it near? Let's take a look at near. $316. Look at you go. I'm on the daily. We got our 800, 600, 300. Those are in good order. Got some decline on these two bigger moving averages there. Kind of sucks. But overall, that kind of hints that we can come back up to touch these areas, maybe a little, maybe even higher, because they're in such good order that we could start coming back up to these areas. That's around $5. That would be great. So I like that idea. Just drawing a little box over here, kind of shows the areas that we've kind of lost. They've got that idea, and even down as far as this, and that's where we're retesting right now. The bottom of the box here, you can see that. So the idea is either, you know, we get rejected, come back down to these areas, and then try it again. Could happen. You got a bearish cross, looks like it's trying to happen. 200 over the 600, going toward the 800. So there's that negative momentum coming in on the bigger ones. We got a breakout, and that's cool. You got a measured move on this breakout. Suggest that we can get right up here to this area, right around to our little 389. Oops, that reset 389. I'll just put you where I saw you, 389. Let me get rid of this box, it's getting on my nerves. So this is from the daily, and again, you got a nice rounded bottom, and then you got this kind of things going on. Are you doing the same thing? Is that a 7? I think it was you. So we got a nice 886 retracement there. So we got a measure move. We're still in our nice little discount area. And looks like we're getting rejected from down there too. So it does look like we might get a little bit of a pullback, and from what I can just see here, probably come back and retest the breakout area somewhere through there. I'm seeing about 260. Higher targets I'm looking for. This one looks like a good one, $5. I know it sounds crazy right now because it's just kind of out there. We got this 382 Fibonacci area right here too. Also makes a great little target. 425. She may blast through that one, or she might. Yeah, she can probably go a little bit higher than that. She might go a little bit above that one. That's cool. And then of course our 618 right here at 579. We don't want to forget that one. That's always good. So 492, it's a good place to get paid. Anywhere is a good place to get paid. We got a measure move coming in at what was this? 390, right in that area. To me, we're getting rejected from the 800. Now we can pop up above it, and I wouldn't doubt that we could go and touch that measure move if we do pop up above it. Just because it's 800 moving average doesn't mean that we have to get totally rejected there. We can bounce off the next one down here. Looks like she's trying to make an M pattern to the downside, right? But she could just bounce right up there. Flag to the upside or an M pattern. I don't whichever. But there's always a good chance to come back down to these areas. So if we assume that we've got a local high in, let's look at that 618 area right there for a retest. She might bounce a little bit above it if she's really bullish. I don't think so. I think she's got a good chance to get that one at 618. So I would be looking for near a test of that, maybe down to 246. We'll put 246. That's her 786. If she wants to do her deep ass retracement, come back and retest the breakout area. Those are the two best. And I'm gonna capitalize. I'm gonna do that one too. I've got a near thing open right now. Where are you, near? I've got to go through and I'll probably do a stream like that. I go through and kind of settle up my spot margin count and go through and just find my targets and then post them, and then of course execute them or put my limit orders in. Where are you, near? There you are, near. So let's get. So I can take my limit orders off that I've got now, and I can adjust them to those guys. Sweet. So I'm going. Whoops! What happened there? So I'm going to put me a nice little limit order here at 246 there. And then I'm going to put the other half I've got at 267 area there. And my little happy ass is going to sit back and wait and see if they get hit. And watch it in the meantime for anything else that's happening. Such as if she bounces off to 280 or something instead. I guess I could, well, since we got you out here, near, let me go ahead and do everything else. Oh no, I already did. Oh well. I'll update my new sell targets here too. Oh, come on, man. Let's do this thing. Well. Shoot, I had a lot of orders to cancel there. Alright, so I don't think I'm anywhere near getting hit at 504. Oh wow, that's a nice little chunk. But I'm putting a sell order there. And I'm putting one at 425. And one at 389. Now, are we getting ready to roll over, or you think we're coming down? Should I take a little profit now? We're bouncing off a 200 moving average on the 24 minute. We got that 333 area. Not a bad place for me to put just a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I got my target set, and I just chill and wait to get paid. Hey, there's Jesse. How's it going, Jesse? Oh, we got more chat. I didn't see that. Just kind of. Unfortunately, I can't stay. I like the stream as always. Have a great stream. Well, thank you, Jesse. Thanks for hanging out. And hopefully, I got a lot more time to watch the full stream the next time. Thank you for hanging out, Jesse. Appreciate it. Thank you for the like. Thank you for your support. Michael Moore says, I'm in at 29. Take profit and wait lower. Wait a minute. I got to go back and see what we were looking at. I forgot. Michael Moore, I forgot what we were looking at. Oh my God. Oh, is it near? No, it wasn't near. What was it? Near's not at 29 cents. DIA. That was it. DIA. Okay. Let me come back because I didn't stay with the chat enough. Uh-oh. Wrong one again. I'm in at 29. Take profit, wait for a lower. If you're in at 29, you're definitely up good. Oh, sweet. You got down here. I'm in the bottoms. On the nice little bottom. Yeah, this is definitely a good place to take some a good place to get paid, especially if you didn't do it over 63. Again, or maybe you just put a stop loss or a partial stop loss under this latest low. That would be beneath the trend line. If she were to come down and cancel that, go lower, we would definitely be heading down. So even a partial, you could do a partial stop loss, you know, 25%, 50% or something if we lose that line. And you still got your position and can add to it. And if we just bounce, then you're good, right? If we bounce, you can add to it here with the stop loss. You know, keep your. This is what I do sometimes. I have my stop loss, and if we come back down, if I got a trend line like this, and we come down to it, because I buy bottom of trend lines. I'm not much. We all have our strategies, breakout strategies, and this and that, and I do all those stuff too. But this is my favorite when we're coming back for a retest, because your risk reward is so tight. I can put a buy here, and then I got a stop loss below it. And if I'm wrong, we'll know quick, right? So that's about a 4% stop loss, 5%. That's decent. But you'll know if you're wrong quick. If it breaks the trend line, any bounce from here going higher, making a higher high, that idea's out the window. But if you're right, you bought some and you got more to take out when you go to 93 cents. Or did we do our A, B equals CD? Michael, I'm going to give you a little bonus rod here. I don't think we did this one, but I'm going to do this. Oh, you had a 382. You didn't square up for me. Can't promise this one. Okay. Never mind. I'm going to go with this one. We'll give you a little bonus, 89. Actually, I'm going to... I'm not seeing the squaring of the price that I'm looking for, so I'm gonna adjust this just a wee little bit, and I'll give you a zone. Between $84 and $99 is a good little take profit zone. And this is from an AB equals CD move. It's still right there, just a little short of our 93 cent. Sometimes they may not come up and actually touch that 618. Sometimes they front run a little bit. This might be one of those instances. So these are some good little areas here too. And that's still a good 73% profit to those areas. Let me post this over there too. I'll just post the picture. All right, get a little bonus, a little shorter, based on this shorter term price action that we can. It's not, if we bounce off of here, I wouldn't be looking for that. I lost the chat again. Why are you, oh, right here you are. I put you down there. Thank you, my man. Hey, dog, been a couple of days. Can you look at Litecoin and 1000 Floki? Sure can. I think Floki's been doing better, right? I think my Floki bag is up. Litecoin was up to $100 last I looked at it earlier, I think. Litecoin, Tether, Binance has got you. I got a measure moved to 165 from something. Let me see what we got going on here. I don't know when the last time I was on this chart. Obviously back in January, it looks like. Ooh, well, you got nasty through there. Well, that measure move would be non-existent. This is still, let's just clear it. We came all the way back down to the bottom of our channel there at $64. Happens with channels. That's why I like to draw them channel trend lines. Let's zoom out here. So we keep these ideas. Oh, nice. Look at that. We're broadening out. That gives us higher targets that are coolio. Oh, you nailed it on that 0.5. That's gorgeous. That squares. I like 171. Sounds crazy right now. Until that one day when you're like, oh my God, Litecoin's at 170. I like that one. Little bonus target right here at about 157. Okay, we got that. 137 seems to be where we can't really get past, so we might bump our head there again. I would say since we made our higher high here, or higher low here, we should be working on that higher high, and that could be 170 coming. I'm on the daily. This looks pretty good. So it can definitely come up to 137, bumper ahead again. Yeah, we already did that one, didn't we? So 618, 786 area, 129, 137. She needs to be working on her next higher high here, in my personal opinion. So I'd really be looking at 158, 170. 114 might get rejected there and have to do some stuff. Here on the daily, what I was trying to point out is the moving averages look gorgeous. Other than Lucy, which is still bearish, but she's not one to worry about. The 360 being above the 800, that's the good one, and it crossed. They're all in pretty deep. Yeah, there can be a little pullback. You might see her come back and retest this 95 area, or just a smidgen lower there. Hopefully we don't have a need to come back to 82. It can happen. We'll put our little caution thing over here. Not calling for 82, but it can. I'm gonna leave it yellow for that. Nice. Bearish cross there, but that's the bigger the momentum is with us. So a little zigzags and working our way up there is kind of what I'm saying. Pretty good. I like 170. I know it sounds crazy right now, and it might take it, a week or so to get there, but I think that's very possible. Let's say if it goes from 94 to 70, that'd be a 76% gain. If it goes from 94, 95 to 137. 44% gains. It's coming down to the 4-hour. Check her out. Oh, this is interesting. So she's above the 800, and she's finding support there, making a little flag pattern above it. Okay. You also got this. This could get good. So just measure move of the channel that we were breaking out of here. Getting us close to up there. It takes us to 111. I know a flag to the upside will be seen and probably played. Be looking at 120 if we're trying to do that, or 116. Okay, so price getting above this one, even though those are flipped, they can still go up higher. I'd be looking at the 618 for anything short term. So she'll probably get rejected over here at 115. We'll paint her orange. We'll paint her orange. Thank you. So I can see us coming and ranging through here a little while as we kind of solidify this $95 area there. Let's hope that sticks. Otherwise, just say I like what it's doing. Daily look good. 4-hour looks promising. With maybe a little surprise there, but basically, yeah, cool. And then of course, we got this. We lost that, so that will kind of be our resistance. That opens up a lot of good profit potential there. Let's get these fibs off of here. We can kind of... Oh, somebody didn't draw any lines. You suckro dog, you forgot to draw the lines. I got a line there. Alright, this is what I got. This is the 4-hour. I'll go post this over on the group there. I didn't put a target there. But I like this one. I like that one. So I think if you can get in somewhere around $95, be 75% gain on just spot alone. $100 turns to $175. This is, what were the daily or 4 hour? 4 hour. And let's go 95. Looks like a sweet entry, in my opinion. Main target, I got 170 for real. All right, let's take a look at 1000 Floki. This will be on perpetual futures. Oh, it doesn't work that way. You go to Floki and then come over here and then type 1000. Let's see, you got it on Bluefin. I don't know how much of a price history they got though. Let's go with there we are. Let's just use buy. Ooh, look at you, Floki. I think our next target was 14.2. Let's. I do hereby predict that it will hit. What were we doing over here? I remember doing this. What did I say? I do hereby predict that we will hit 69.69. Oh, we were being crazy. Where we're at? I don't. We hit something. 69.47. I don't know. I can't remember. We'll leave that silliness there until we erase everything on the charts. This was a 236. We got out of it. Cool. Oh, I feel like I just need to clear my chart and get a fresh look. Nice round in shape there. This is where we were in November. And we just put our fibbies, high to low. Tell me where price is going to go. Nice, nice. Now it makes a lot more sense. I've just got to start all over. Nice. So we're below here is the buy price for 1000 Floki. That's at 12 cents. Next target we've got 382 and the 15, about 15 and a half cents right there. She might be a little congested there, have to, you know, range out a little bit. What I would kind of hope to expect if that happens. We're on the 4 hour. She's still got some stuff she needs to do. She could be coming right down here. I'm just going to, oh no. Somebody's fibs are off. Somebody didn't, oh no. Let me take all that stuff back because I didn't draw my fibs. See how that worked? Same rules, just different levels. We are above our 236. That's important. That means that is the area that we need to stay above and hold. Is there a chance to? There is a chance to come back. We'd not be doing one of them butt crack things. I'm just saying, and we might be coming back to 6.7 cents. So that would suck if that happens. I'm not saying it's going to, but it's possible. And 0.5. Basically, these three levels I think I'd be looking for. Alright, let's take a few other ideas in here. I want you, because that would make a great little area to retest. Right there, 8 cents. Highly doable that we might come back there. But let's see, as long as we're above that level, if it will hold, we don't have to worry, you know. Until then, we just kind of draw our trend. Ooh, that's nice. You see what's happening? You see what's happening? These are things that I look for and notice. Trend line, that was our trend line. That's our basic trend line that we got. And we deviated from it. She's working on the parabola. That's cool. We take our upper trend line and yeah, she's working on it. And she's back in it right now. Let's make this a different color than that. How about orange? So here on the 4 hour, you can see the moving averages are starting to curve around, and let me get the big boys off of here. Big boys go off. Then we get the other ones. 200 and all that. They look great. They look fantastic. A little kind of extended. Pullback would be in order here. And we pull our Fibonacci from low to high. We also get another 236. We're going to put this little guy here, right there. This is our 382 from that pull. If she's going to flag out, come back, retest some area, maybe retest the bottom of this orange line here. That's the one I'm looking at. I think that 0.094 would be if she pulls back, I think that's where she can bounce. She's got a good chance to retest this area and then bounce up there. First area is at a dime. 9.4 I think is the real sweet spot. That one right there. Let's make that one big and juicy. And we'll just put this one on the back burner just in case. Put her orange. This one right here, I like that one. Let's see if that can hold. And nice. Ooh, I have to stretch it out. 4 hour. Oh, we already got you. Let me see if I can stretch these guys out. So I kind of like the idea of from here to there. 78%. From here to 14 cents is 48, so that's not bad. I know I'm not as quick as some of the other guys. I mean, we could have just done something, you know, we could have just done something like this. I could just tell you to just do something, you know, like this, and well, there you go. Boom, our target. And actually, it's as weird as that sounds, you know, we do actually have a target there. Will it do this? It might. It might not. Flags at resistance, I don't really trust, but there you go. We can't just do that and say, here you go. Thank you for your $99. I don't get me back on the flag, guys, but I swear that's all I see. That's all I'm seeing. A flag, and if it doesn't work, then oh well, there's a head and shoulders or this and that, and that's why. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder. You said. You should have known. Been on our group. I'm sorry. I keep doing that. I like this Floki 1000 Floki. Let me take this. And I was going to do. So I feel I'm not as I'm not as quick on my targets. Like yeah, I can be if you want me to just flag everything out and throw a little stick to it and say, hey, there you go. But if you want numbers that can really, you know, we have good luck with these. We have good luck with these. More times they work out than they don't. And there are times that they don't. And maybe my fault. Maybe the market, you know, it might be my fault. Whatever mentality, mindset that I'm in on that day when I'm charting, that can affect me if I have a bias that might be coming through, because we all have biases, and I've caught myself with biases before, and I try not to. And the only thing you can do is recognize it and say, oh, I think I have a bias. Okay. And try not to be emotional, try not to be cocky, try not to be depressed, try not to be any certain way. Trading is a lot like, I used to be really big into paragliding, or wanted to be, paramotors and all that. Bought one, got the wings, still got the wings. Never got to fly though, never got to fly. My machine burned up, but I still got the wings. But I was studying some of that, and that's what I wanted to do. Don't know what I want to do now. I think I'm an old fart now. But I thought it very interesting that they would tell you before you fly. Very important, especially on these smaller aircrafts, especially. Don't fly when you're angry and you're pissed off. You got to be kind of centered when you fly. I thought that was really interesting. when I was reading and studying about that, because your life is in your hands when you're up there in a paraglider or something like that, right? You need some training, some ideas, some understanding of how it works and everything, and you need that confidence to build up. And you don't need to go up there if your mindset isn't, you just had a fight with your wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. You just lost your job. I'm going to go parasailing or whatever just to get my mind. No, you're not, because you don't have your mind on the right things. You're going to miss the things, and you could die if you make the wrong choice. You freak out and you pull the thing too hard, or there's lots of different things you can do. And they will tell you, don't fly on days that you're not in a good mindset. Trading's the same way. Analysis is the same way. And then sometimes it might be user error. Maybe I didn't, there's little things that we can do. That's why I think, if you do a setup, it's worth taking a second look at it to see what went wrong, because you learn a lot from that. Was it you? Was it, something beyond your control? Is it something that everybody missed? Maybe weren't looking for? Did we need to look at a higher time frame? These are the things that kind of help you develop and grow with your analysis and even with your trading with kind of these ideas. I don't see that kind of stuff talked about. All I see is people just flag to the upside. See, we nail it. Oh yeah, it's come to it. Let's just wait till we touch the 21 and boom. And that's a good little strategy when it works. It doesn't work all the time when working every market. It's definitely not going to work in the bear market. We'll just flip the screen upside down. That's what they did last time too. Just chase the longing in the bear market. But that's when all the money was made, right? That's when all the payments came in on the trading groups. Nice little areas to hold here. How do we always keep going back to that? I'm going to do a poll for the 15 people here because this is important to me. I find myself talking about the same damn things. Hey, there's K Diggity. I've been trading for 15 years. After all the studying I've done, all that matters is how good of a flag you can draw. It all comes down to how you draw that flag, man. Yep. That's kind of the takeaway from some of these places. Hey, Scuba Turbo. Hey, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Don't trade and fly again. Definitely. Oh, hello, birds. Oh, buy Bitcoin. Avi Medina says SAI is trying to make me. Wow. Psy? I don't think I've literally looked at this one in probably about 5 years. Was it Psy? SAI? Satama, I think. Wait a minute. No, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. Which side was I thinking about? So I'm guessing you're probably talking about the meme coin. Where are you? You're probably talking about Satima. That's on Polymex? You're not on somewhere else? Or they got Sharp AI. I'm not sure. Sharp AI. Let's take a look at that one. I'm not familiar with that. Well, that one's flying. This might be the one you're talking about from the 4 hour. Let's see. She made a lower low juicy areas. I'm just telling you, you can either look at this, all this crap, this coin is crap. She made a lower low. She ain't going to do nothing. Or you look at this. This is an opportunity to get this cheaper than even the inside. The early people got into it. Because when it was up here at 4 cents, 5 cents, and I missed it. All the insiders got in when it was like half a penny, and that's true. And it came down to half a penny. You could have got in when the insiders did, or something close to it. Nice. She got all the way up to, this was this year, by the way. This was like a few months ago, 12 cents. 2 cents to 12 cents. Half a penny to 12 cents. That's like a lottery ticket. I mean, if we're degens, and I got degen blood in me, I'm not total degen. Some of you are more degen than I am. It works good for some of you too. But I do got some degen, so I'm not against being a little degen. I had to work really hard on my degen to reel him in, though. This one looks interesting. Sigh. Sharp AI. Are you on CoinTrendz by chance? Or BitUnix? I have to look now because I'm seeing some interesting things here. Oh, Sharp AI, you're on CoinTrendz. Are you where I have some money though? Because I don't really have free funds available over there. It's all in spot margin. How about you, BitUnix? Are you over here? Please say yes. BitUnix has been adding a lot of coins over the past few years since I've signed up with them. They reached out to me about 3 years ago. I was very grateful for that. They're one of the best ones out there. They're not over there, though. Your own CoinX, though. Okay. At 2 cents right now. But it's up 400% from a half a penny. I can't buy that. That's too high. Anywhere below, that's what I'm telling you. Anywhere below here in the bigger picture, anywhere below 3 cents is a juicy place to buy it, is what the fibs tell us. And we'll come over here. Let's take, which one should we take? I'm gonna take this one. She add an area where she might see some resistance there. It looks like maybe. You're respecting my fibs? Yeah, it respects the fibs here. Let's tweak them and dial them in. Seems to respect that. How do you respect these? Pretty sweet here too. I think I'm gonna. Can we go up anymore? Is there not? Oh, I'm having trouble finding a high to pull from. A good side. This one. I'm gonna stick with this one. I think this one is her. So this one says we might be a pullback area. So will she come back to? So what I'll do is look for the old trend line, buy as close to the trend line as I can. Maybe she'll come back to 16.5 cents. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it's just 18. That's not going to be near my trend line. Let me get my trend line adjusted in here. Good. That's a little bit lower. I got sloppy. There might be some slight deviation there. If I actually do my trend line and she makes a higher high, then she might be working on her move. We'll figure it out, road dog. Come on. Tell me something. We'll do as best as we can with this one. So, what can I do here? I'd set an alert, but I know how I am with alerts. I don't do good with them. So she might be coming for a little bit of a pullback, but the interesting place is right up here, and I got it squared away. Oh, she's squaring up 3.2 cents for just a local target. From where we are right now, flagged in. Oh, I couldn't help it. It's a flag to the upside. I had to get in. Look, 60% gains. Let's get our big ass targets. Let's get our fun targets because this was just a month or a few months ago. She was up there. So 4.9 cents, right under 5 cents. That's that's a double up from where we are now. This one's looking juicy, man. This one is, you guys can see there. I forget which scene that I'm in and make sure it shows all the prices over there. That one actually looks pretty cool, man. Thank you for sharing that one. That one's and I think I got the right one. All right. Just saying, sharp AI. Okay. This is on the 4 hour. Man, I see a nice little swing trade idea. So, So, several different ideas to look at. Is that an inverted head and shoulder? Could it be? It could be. You got a neckline. So you got a measure move from that too. At the breakout, that suggestion we come back and touch this little guy. Okay, measure move. So we're at 2.7.
YouTube scams with fake finesse they preach. High on dreams that others can't quite reach. Selling secrets for 100 bills a month. Promising gold, but giving nothing much.
Okay, inverted head and shoulders. little fuzzy wuzzy. Put some eyeballs on him. Makes him play better. So measure move 2.7, Fibonacci area at 3.3. I like that one a lot. 4.9, that's pretty sweet. So if by chance we can get in, find a little trade setup. Where are you, little marker? If she comes back down to this area, about 17, 18 cents, 57% gains to their first measure move target. 85% gains to the Fibonacci area. The remember, anything under 3.3 is a sweet buy zone. Buy that strategy. And then we got, where are you, little baby? Right here. A nice little 177 to get up there to our bigger, you know, we get up here, break this area, hold it, and then start working toward that one for a bigger move, bigger swing trade. And that's pretty sweet. That's pretty nice. So buying near the bottom of the trend line is what I do. Buying the retest, there is always a good chance for these little guys to come back and retest the breakout area. So we can definitely see this area, 17 cents again. We're going to post this one. That's cool. Thank you again for posting that one. That's got something we can work with right here. Makes me want to look in on it. 2 cents, maybe down to 1.17 or 1.7. And wow, remember, this one got up 12 cents a couple months ago. Some good potential here, I think. I don't know anything about it. Let's post it. Let me take a look at Sharp AI. Let's find out a little bit about this one. 1 billion, cool. It's not oversaturated with 420 billion. I like that right off the bat. That gives us, we can make some gains and actually, you know, make them. That's cool. 111 million out there. We got a lot that can be released. So their lockup schedule. I don't know where they usually have it down here. It's not down here. It makes me wonder why you're hiding it. Or how's that work? Let's find out a little bit about the project because I know nothing about it. Sharp is an AI-powered crypto super app designed for professional traders, offering a unified platform for intelligence, investing, and automating digital assets. It is specifically tailored for DeFi power users, trading teams, and institutional investors. Sharp combines deep data intelligence, sophisticated DeFi strategies, and advanced swaps, perpetual trading, options trading, bridging, and on-ramping DeFi execution, and more in a single comprehensive app. All right. Is that 2 cents? Website, what you look like? Oh, look at you. Look all nerdy as F. Look very serious for the people that want to FOMO in and make some money, I guess. Let me see who your top tier integrations are. Really? I do kind of like the tokenomics of it. Oh, snap. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. Let's try this again. Let's go back to our chart. We'll post this information over here too. Take a picture of this one. We'll post it over in the group. I kind of like this one. This one's getting me in. I set an alert, hoping I will act on it. This is Sharp AI. Oh, I know what else I need to do. I need to get this over here.
Spitting crypto knowledge from morning to night. Got a turkey mask on, but he's showing no shame for the Tangem wallet hustle. Yeah, that's his game.
I'll put this over here too somewhere. You can see the all-time highs on it and all that price performance.
Super chats coming in like a rain of gold. Road dog
let you see that she was at 12 cents. She's down 82%, and she's not far, well, not too far from her all-time lows. Take our image. Okay, we got you back over here. Put that back in there. We got you paste. You did do that, right? I think you did. If not, we'll... Yeah, I got it. All right, so we got that information there. I think it's a nice little swing trade idea. That was pretty cool. Thank you again for that one. That was nice. That's nice. Nice little bottoming pattern here. Good place to slowly accumulate this, or accumulate some of this if you can. If you're interested in it, don't have to be interested in it. Let's look at the 4 hour. Does suggest that we might be coming down a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Maybe we'll get that 17 cents. Money flows in the green, so she ain't looking that bearish. So might even go nibble a little now. I lost my trend line. What happened to my trend line? Right there. I want to buy the bottom of the trend line. Cool. Kate Dignity says, my goodness, this is Mr. Swick. Hey, Wix Wi-Fi 89. Hey, how are you doing? I've seen you on some other channels that I watch. Glad to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Nice to see new faces here. Disco ball. Is it time for a dance party? Because we do the dance party. I don't know if is she still here? Let's go to the party screen. Woo! Because I've seen where we've been doing the party thing for a while here. We got to turn our little disco ball out, get our little dancers out. Oh, all my little dancers over here. No, we don't need her. Yeah, we got... Well, we're not really doing astronaut. We're doing... Well, we'll just let the girls dance. Awesome. It's party time up in this biatch. K Diggity. Whoa, you're here too, my bestie. Oh, cool. Ave Medina, thank you for the super chat. Antivirus, John McAfee, AI on X. You can check with your wizardry. Got a free NFT. It's AI. It's privacy. I've not heard of it. Let's check that out. Thank you very much, Wi-Fi89. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Awesome. I like seeing new people here. Win Possum Trading Network. What is Possum Trading Network? Avi Vanilla, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's get their hand clappies out because that's what we do here. Oh, right. I'm on a different... Let me straighten out this music. All right. So we got that. That's up, right? Let's go. All right. I think we're on target. AITAIN TI. It's Mexie's got, and CoinX has got it. We're going to CoinX over here. Nice. Look at you up at 6 cents. What are you doing? Nice rounded shape there. Lower lows. Nice. Sweet. Nice bottom area to target there, darlings. That looks sweet. Let's fibber out. The fibs are gonna reveal all. .618's also coming up at that area. We got rejected at 0.5. I think the best target is to try to hold on for this little guy somewhere right around 75, 76 cents. I got more 74 for my red line. And my fibs are off over here. That's probably why. Let's go with that. Was actually, that's the best one. Good chance we might come back and maybe test some of these little guys. We can finesse them better as soon as we get a local top going on. We can nail those ideas in just a little bit more detail, but right now we can kind of stick with the idea. She might be coming back to a nickel. She's at 5.5 cents right now, so not the biggest discount. Nice little 10% discount right there. And maybe a deeper retracement to about, you know, back to the 4 cent area, 3.8. Might be. This is on the daily. A little higher target at 111 or 1111 or 11.313.
Took all my savings, bet on fake moonshots. YouTube gurus sharking at every stop.
All right, let's come down to smaller time frame and see what she's doing. She's still doing strong. Curving, arcing, so 7.5 cents. Looks like that is quite possible right now. Nice trend line, deviating from it a little bit here. Getting another trend line, so that's kind of cool. Come down to the 1 hour. I would be focusing on this trend line, where I put my stop losses or line in the sands for when to get out. She breaks this trend line. I would definitely want to be paid by then. I would think that we could probably come back and touch that little guy. Or we can respect this new one that we got going on. I would look at that first. Oh snap, what do we do? I'll be testing the 21 moving average area there, bottom of trend line. And 5.8. That may not hold. It may come back down to this area. So we can also look at the trajectory that's on it coming back down about 5.5 maybe. I'd like to see a bounce off of here and then like take an entry from that. So that's kind of cool. Let's I guess I need to take that line off for the moment because it's cluttering up my screen there. I'll post this one over there too. I like I don't know that you're going to pull back for me, so I'll just put this as targets. I don't see a setup or an entry at the moment, but if you're already in it and you got in somewhere around 3.5 cents, like gosh, let's just pretend that you did. You got in at 3, and you're up 75% now. Could be 116, 222%. That's pretty cool. Antivirus. A-I-N-T-I. Anti-virus coin. And basically take possible entries on pullback. All right, cool. There we go. Oh, we got Joe. How's it going? Joe is Trade Intuition over here, fellow YouTuber there. Let me refresh that. 2160 subscribers over there. It's growing and growing. You keep growing, Joe. You keep going up. That's awesome. Fellow YouTuber over there, go check him out. He's streaming, putting out videos every day, editing little videos, teaching how to trade the market, support resistance, things that you need to know. He goes over indicators. He goes over a lot of things. He gives you his mindset behind what he's thinking and everything. Highly recommended that you hang out with Joe to pick up on how this market works and everything. The idea is that you find some solid people out there that are giving you some solid information. You can back test it, make sure that it's solid. You can go look it up and make sure that all this stuff is right, is playing out right. He gives out good, accurate information over there, teaching how to trade the market. Take what works for you, or my channel, his channel, somebody else's channel, the things that work, the things that resonate with you, the little tools that we share. Build your own system from it. That's how this game is played. You tailor, it's a buffet. You tailor it individually to you, taking the wisdom and pieces that we're sharing from other people, and Joe is an excellent one out there to give you that information and wisdom. He was a mentor in the trading group that I used to be in back in the day. That's why you see me vouch for him, because I've seen the work that he puts in and how much care and everything that he puts into what he does, and that's why I vouch for him. Didn't even know him then. I was like, oh man, this dude's got some awesome looking charts. They're nice, pretty. And then saw him do the videos for the thing, and I was like, oh, this dude's on top of things. Okay, pay attention to him. And then after whatever blew up at the trading group and he left and everything, if he got his own YouTube channel, started following him, we just kind of talked, and I don't know, he's a good dude. His heart's in the right place. Good man out here teaching us stuff for free. All right. Well, guys, I have been going for, oh man, how does this happen? 2 hours and 25 minutes? This is too long for a stream. Nobody's going to see this say, oh, look, this. Oh, hell no. That thing's longer than a movie I watched last night. And they're going to talk about boring charts? Hell no. Ideally, I like to keep streams about an hour, but it never happens. They seem to go into 2 hours. All the videos subscribe to Joe's channel Monday through Friday. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it. We looked at a lot of little coins, went over the market, and looking at Bitcoins with their big little drop here. Nice. Did you go down lower since oh, did you? Oh, man, I meant to put some orders in there. We might be coming lower, though. So I was looking for a bearish retest of this idea, and we might still get it. We actually ended up coming down. Oh, no, we were here. Oh, that's right. We were underneath this. I drew this out last night trying to identify, just identify the basic range that we're in. Maybe it should be down here. But we might be possibly getting back into a range. This might be... Oh, my gosh. We'll probably be hearing about Wyckoff Springs and stuff if we start coming back up to this area. That was a spring. It was a fake. I don't know. We hit an area of resistance. We got a good chance to start working our way down, and it may be slow at first. We'll just have to keep our eyes on price and see what she's doing. If it's a fake out, we will see that. We got our ideas, but the big thing is we lost a main trend line, the trend line we were holding. So we got to see. Either we claim it and go bullish AF, or we come back and find an area and roll over and make a lower high. So that's what we're kind of looking at here. If I were looking for that, maybe about 103.8, somewhere through that area. Moving averages are starting to roll over a little bit on the smaller time frames, 1 hour. We hit a good area, a nice little spike top there at an area which can be a key level to get rejected out of. That's what we've been talking about, and we're showing the first signs that might be happening. So we're going to watch this and see if we can go lower, see if we're coming back down to 96, 95, what we're working on here. But not bad. We need a correction. Things can't go up forever. We're either going to work on making a higher low somewhere around 85, 90, 95. See what's happening here. Or we're going to fake out and start making a higher high and get above our $110,000 area. Let's see what's happening. Again, oh no, there's not. I'll be back again tonight about 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going over the charts, and bring your coins and I'll bring my coins, and we will just kind of have a little altcoin party trying to see what's happening out there. I hope you're taking profits and enjoy the discounts that are coming for however long that they last. See you tonight, guys. Thank you very much. Take us to the end screen. Sometimes Joe goes after my stream. He does real midnight. Sometimes they overlap a little bit because it's easy to stream for a long time, apparently. But he does pop on at nightly around midnight also. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you tonight.